Think I can see the shore. It was so dark yesterday. I never did hope for more. And don't know what came over me the moment you caught my eye. I was alone on the sea, but never did find a way. I saw something there where I was drifting. You sent up a flare to bring me home. A beauty I never did see in anyone else's eyes. You were alone on the sea, under deserted skies. I saw something there. Out in the distance, a wing and a prayer to bring you home. A new wind is blowing today. so many ways that I want to carve out our names for a last minute thing, just us two. The sun as it sets in the mountains, find love like a bed in Greek fountains, or lay lazy in bed with your head on my chest. I hope you don't mind if I say that I love you. Every day another high do, 'cause you know I do, I do, I do. I hope you can hear every note that my heart sings, like a choir of bells, are they all ring? Oh, can't you tell, if the timpani swells the heartstrings, there's a place deep in our hearts where it matters. We can stay there forever and after, written in stars right above where we are. I hope you don't mind if I say that I love you. Every day another high do, 'cause you know I do, I do, I do.
친구가 제주도 간다 해서 선물했어.
잘 먹겠습니다. 잘 먹겠습니다.
신난다. 이 궁뎅이. 책 담았다.
뜨거워.
맛있다.
꼬치 올리자. 큼직한 거 하나 먹어라.
이거는요. 맛있지?
이중 다 먹었어?
이거 엄마 내가 나는 김치 모양으로. 어? 야 거기보다 맛있다. 진짜.
야, 셰프.
이러고 막 불에 대고 있고. 잠시만.
감사합니다.
책 읽고 있는 동안 옆에 잠깐 방치해놨거든.
여기는 뜨거워.
아빠 사진 찍자.
와, 나 꼴뚜기 좋아. 남이 제일 좋지? 엄마가 제일 좋아. 다른 공부 해야 되는데.
나 이걸 왜 굳이 이렇게 나?
김치 맛있잖아.
아니 후레쉬 해도 돼. 후레쉬 보여줘. 시작.
하나는 연습 삼아.